everybody. Hey, this is Melissa, the Encouraging Prepper here, and today we are back for part 3 of the Prepper Marathon. Yes, so today we're focusing on the pressure canner. Everybody's been asking for that, so we are going to do the pressure canner today. And so these are the items you're going to need. Your pressure canner. You're going to need some carrots. We're doing carrots. Good for you. And you're going to need a set of jars. You're going to need your canning kit. We talked about that. And you're going to need your measuring cups. Some canning salt. You're going to need your cutting board as well as knives. So grab your carrots and your pressure canner and come on back. Okay, so welcome back. First thing I want to do is welcome our new subscribers. Those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome to the channel. We have a lot of new people, so I'm really excited about you guys joining the channel and getting involved in the Prepathon. If you watched the previous videos, you know we have a little bit of a contest going on right now. So if you want to get in the contest for the drawing of the Sawyer Mini filter, the Mini Sawyer water filter, just do so by leaving a comment below and you'll automatically be entered into that contest, okay? All right, so let's look at how to actually get started with our carrots. You want to have enough carrots to can, at least 8 to 9 jars. So, you know, you may have to play with that a little bit. You won't know exactly until you get it all done, but we'll get you there. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to just take your carrots and get the top of the carrot off. Just the top portion of the carrot. You're just going to go around real simple and just get the top portion off, okay? And then once you have that done, I like to cut the ends of this. Sometimes I do that part first. Just cut the ends off and just get all of the rough parts off. So that's pretty simple. And you can put this over in a bag. You don't have to have it going everywhere. But this is just for so you can see how that goes. So you'll have a smooth carrot once you're done with that part. And then you're just going to take the carrot and basically cut in pieces that are similar in size. Some people like big chunks, but you can determine what size you want to use, okay? What size you would like your carrots to be cut in. And you pretty much want them to a point where they will cook evenly, okay? All right, so you pretty much do this for each carrot. And then you just add it to the jar. So you're going to have all of your carrots over here. You're going to have your carrots in a bowl, and then you will take this bowl once you've cut up all of your carrots, same size pretty much, and you're going to wash those carrots with just water, and then you'll be pretty much ready to raw pack the carrots. Carrots can be raw packed or hot packed, and today we're going to be raw packing these carrots, okay? So I'll take these over to the sink. And I want you to grab your jars, which should have been in the oven for 20 minutes now. And we're going to go ahead and raw pack these carrots. All right. So we have our canning jars ready to go. We got them out of the oven. And while these are in the oven for 20 minutes, you want to be sure to go ahead and put your lids for your jars. If you're using pints, pint lids, quarts, quart lids, okay, or wide mouth versus the regular mouth. Want to put those in some water, let them go ahead and just be in warm water while you are preparing. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and fill these jars. I'm going to just take and just put my carrots directly in, making sure I leave at least an inch of head space. Okay, an inch of head space. So I'm just going to do 2 jars on camera so you guys can see how this goes. And again, we're going to be trying to get to at least 8 to 9 jars today. All right, so I have that portion done. And now I need to make sure I add about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So you're just going to use your canning salt here. And if you like me, you can go ahead and add your salt first to all your jars. That way, why not? You won't forget. That's an easy part to forget. So you can go ahead and just make that a habit of adding your salt, canning salt in first to all your jars. All right, so we got that part done. We can put the salt seal on. All right, now we need warm water. So we have some water that we brought to a boil, and we're going to actually add that water in here up to an inch of head space. So we're just going to add our water, hot water in, going about, make sure we cover the carrots. You do not want your carrots up, okay, above the water. All right, so let's see how that, we're going to use our debubbler. So this is the debubbler for those that are new to canning. This little ridge here, it shows you, if you need 1 inch of head space, then you go to the inch mark and just make sure you got 1 inch of head space, and we do, okay? The debubbler, you use this side of the debubbler, all right? So I'm going to just debubble this. You just go down on each side of that jar, okay? Just making sure you get the air out. Okay, you're going to do that for each jar. And sometimes you'll see the liquid go down a little bit, so you may need to go back in and add some liquid. So you just debubble that. Now this one looks perfect, but this one looks like it needs just a tap of water. Just a tap. We may have to take out one of those carrots there. All right. So then we just want to make sure we still have 1 inch of head space. We do. We do. Okay. Making sure we don't leave anything exposed. All right. So once we do this portion, we're going to do the next step, which is to make sure the rim of the jar has nothing on it. So this is where you use your vinegar and your paper towel. Just take it. Like I said, this is step by step today. And you're just going to go around the rim real easy. All right. So we did that. And next you're going to use your magnetic lifter and just grab one lid, shake it a little bit, and set it on there. And this one is a wide mouth. So we're doing one wide mouth and one regular mouth. Okay, and we're just going to set it on there. And then we're going to use our warm rings. You can sometimes touch these if these are pretty warm. So if they're too warm, you can just use your lifter and put it on. They're pretty warm, so you want to be really careful. And when we tighten these, we only want to do finger tight. So don't try to, we're not trying to get it on so tight that we can't, that it's not able to release the air. So just do finger tight, and then these are ready to go in the canner. So I will bring you back, and we will go to the stove and show you what to do with the canner and how easy that process is. So I'm going to get my jars ready, and I'm going to have carrots in the future, in the days to come, okay? All right, so we'll meet you over at the stove in just a moment. So we ended up with 9 jars, pint-sized carrots. This is beautiful, and it turned out just perfect. 5 pounds of carrots will give you 9 pint-sized jars, okay? Now, before we get into putting this in the jar, they're still warm. You want to keep them warm and put them in as soon as possible. But I do want to talk about your book that came with the Presto canner. We followed the rules of the book for the USDA home preservation as far as how to can this. You are canning based on your altitude and your pressure for your area. So if you live in Kansas, you need to look at the book and see what's your altitude, because everybody's in different areas. So we're going to bring our canner up based on the instructions from the Presto canner book. So I do want to emphasize, follow the instructions. And if you follow this video, we followed the instructions of the book. All right, so we're going to need to be sure to use the rack on the bottom of the canner. So we have already started to warm 3 quarts. A minimum of 3 quarts of water, warm water, should be ready for the jars. And now we're going to use our lid lifter to go ahead and start putting those in. So, all right, we're going to get these in. Just lift it, just like so, straight up and down. And we're just going to put each one in. Be sure to get a good grip on your lids, on the ring of it, okay? Go straight up and down. It's pretty simple. You just pick it up and go straight down into the canner. So the water will not cover the jar, and it should not cover the jar. The water should not cover the jars. If you put only 3 quarts in for Presto canner, then you are following the instructions. All right, let's get these in. And you don't have to race to get that done. I'm just trying to do this for camera's sake. Get all 9 jars in. Okay, and we're gonna adjust them. Okay, and so you got all the jars in without the rack on the bottom. Now, if we were planning to stack this, we could use another lid and just stack. I'm doing this just to show you. And you could put 9 more jars right here. But we're not going to do that today. I always tell everyone, always run your canner to its greatest efficiency. But because we're doing this for the first time with new people following, I just wanted to do 1 layer today. All right, so. Okay, now we're ready to cover our pressure canner as we're bringing it up to get it up to pressure. So for my altitude, it's going to be, I'm trying to get this up to 11 pounds, and we're going to process it. Once it's at the 11 pounds, we're going to process it for 25 minutes for pints, 30 minutes for quarts. Okay, so look at the V. There's a V symbol on your canner. If you're using this particular canner, you're going to match it with the V symbol there. You've already checked to see if you can look through the valve, through the light, to make sure you have clearance so that the pressure can come up properly. So we're going to go ahead and match this. Set it on. Matching it. It should kind of be ready to shift. So you come on in. Shifting it to the right, and it locks. So that's locking it. There's nothing that can go wrong here. So you just simply turn to lock. All right, so now we're going to talk about the pressure gauge. All right, so this is the pressure gauge, and what we're going to do is let this spout come up to just spewing for a 10-minute cycle. Okay, so we want to see this spew for about 10 minutes, and I'm going to let that happen off camera, and then this will bring you back to show you that the pressure will come up to the 11 pounds, and then we'll start our timer. So as you can see, this has started to spew on the opening valve there. Okay, so that's been going now for about 10 minutes, and the indicator has popped up here. I'm not going to touch it with my hand. There, that little silver piece has popped up to let us know that we have pressure in the canner. All right, so now we're ready. After it's spewed for 10 minutes, we're ready now to put our weight on. Just going to sit it on there just like so. Okay, so the weight is on. And now we wait until the indicator, the pressure gauge tells us that we're at 11 pounds, and then we will begin the timer. We're almost there. Okay, I'll bring you right back. Okay, it looks like we've reached 11 to 12 pounds here, so we're going to reduce the heat a little bit, and we're going to reduce the heat and just bring it back down to 11. We don't want it to go below 11 pounds. If it should go below 11 pounds, we will have to start the process all over. So now we just hit the timer, and we're going to do this for 25 minutes. I'm going to do 25 minutes. Okay? So 25 minutes, we'll bring you back, but that's what you do. You let it come up to pressure, and if it looks like it's going to go over the 11 pounds, you just want to try to keep it close to 11 to 12 pounds, if that's the range that you're working with. Okay, so now that the pressure is all the way down, I don't know if you can see that, but the pressure is down, and so now we can remove this and wait for 10 minutes, so we can remove our weight, and then we're going to be waiting for 10 minutes now before we open this, according to the instructions. Okay, so we'll wait for 10 minutes, and then we'll open it and remove our jars, and we'll have carrots. We are ready to open the canner. All right, so twist, unlock, and open away from your face so that the steam can go away from your face. Okay, always away from the face. So now we're just going to use our lid lifter and do the same thing we did, bringing them in. We're going to take them out. Okay, you want to come? Grabbing them and coming straight up and over to a safe place. Remember, these are very hot, so you want to be really careful with your jars. Never turning them to the side. Don't worry about the water on the top. And you're just going to sit them here and let them cool off. They look beautiful. Beautiful carrots. Okay, so we're getting all 9 jars here, and we're just about there. All right, so there you have it. We have 9 jars of carrots, and as you can see, this can be done, this process can be done not just with carrots, but you can also do this process, and these were previously done with greens, pinto beans, black-eyed peas, and look at those carrots from months ago. So this can be done on several or different types of vegetables. So I would encourage you to do as many vegetables as you can so that you will have your own canned vegetables. All right, so now we will go to ears to hear. Okay, well, I hope today's video has been a blessing to you. As always, I had fun doing the canning. That's one of my favorite things to do. We will be continuing with the canning, so continue to follow the channel. But before we leave today, I want to encourage you to continue to seek God in all that you do. Know that God loves you. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. And most of all, make sure you're listening for that voice, the voice of the Lord. Listen for his voice. follow the voice of the Lord, okay? We are hearing a lot of reports from all news outlets. They're coming at all angles now, saying even the President of the United States has reported to us as a nation that we are going to experience food shortages. So with that being said, I think we can know that it's a pretty good chance that we're coming into something that we need to be ready for. So continue your canning, prep, pray, okay? All right, until the next time, don't want to make this video too long, so I'll see you in the next one, and we'll do a longer ears to hear on the next one, okay? All right, love you guys. Have a great one. Bye.